It's Art Tip Tuesday on Wednesday. A day late and a dollar short. That's what my mom used to always say. But I'm here, better late than never, right? Today I want to share with you one of my very favorite colors. Then I'm going to show you some mixes with that color, mixing it with some other colors to create some new beautiful colors. And I'm also going to tell you about a lower cost alternative to my favorite color. The one I'm talking about is Golden's Fluorescent Magenta. It is the most gorgeous shade of pink ever. This is the heavy body, and it is just so luscious and so pink. I love it. So this 4-ounce bottle of Golden Heavy Bodied Fluorescent Magenta from Jerry's Artarama is a little over $18. An alternative to that is the LUKAS Fluorescent Magenta. You've probably heard me talk about LUKAS paint before. I really like their paints and I use a lot of them. This bottle is a 250 milliliter bottle, which is about 8 ounces. And from Jerry's, it is a little over $16. So $18, $16. Quite a difference. Now, the golden paints are like the cream of the crop. This Golden Fluorescent Magenta is a little deeper. It's a little more vibrant. It's just a little more. The LUKAS is a little bit of a warmer pink, and it's not quite as bold, but it works really well. So either one would work. If you're on a budget and you don't want to spring for the high dollar golden, the LUKAS is a great alternative. I use a lot of LUKAS paints. A little side note here. I like their consistency. They're a really nice, thick, heavy body paint. They give you great texture. This size comes in these squeeze bottles, which are really handy until you get down to the bottom and you can't squeeze out anymore. So when I get down to the bottom, I just take a knife and cut it off and scoop all that yummy good paint out. I don't waste any paint down in the bottle. That's a little bonus tip for today. So I'm going to use my Golden Fluorescent Magenta and I'm going to mix it with some other colors, and I'm going to show you some of the beautiful mixes that you can get with it. It just gives a vibrancy when you mix it with other colors that is gorgeous. So let's take a look at that. All right, let's have some fun. Up in the corner I have some white. Then I have my Golden Fluorescent Magenta. I have Nova Quinacridone Magenta, Nova Indian Yellow, Golden Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold, which doesn't look like very much laying there in that pile, but man, it is a gorgeous color, so especially when you mix it with this magenta. I have some Master's Touch Light Magenta, which is just a basic medium pink. And then I have some Golden Green Gold, which may sound really strange to mix with pink, but wait until you see what we get. All right, I'm going to start out this is my color journal. I keep a little sketchbook and I just put color mixes in it because sometimes I like to just play around and then I can go back and look. So I'm going to start by just putting some of my Golden Fluorescent Magenta there. Now let's start by just mixing a little bit of it with some pink, with some white, and that just gives us a really pretty pink. Love that. And then I could put a little more white in it if I wanted to and make it lighter. I could keep going for days. Okay, so let's put a little bit of that here in the color journal. Just a really pretty pink. Okay, now over here to the side I have a piece of paper that I'm wiping off my brush and my palette knife on, a piece of cleanup paper that'll turn into something someday. I'll show you what that looks like when we get done. All right, wash off that brush. Now, I'm just going to use the brush instead of the palette knife. All right, next, sorry for the shaking there, I'm going to take some of this Quinacridone Magenta, which is a deep, really pretty deep red, and I'm going to mix a little bit of my fluorescent in with it. and it just makes it so vibrant and rich. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to put that down here. Doesn't look a lot different, and you really can't see it on camera. The vibrance doesn't really show on camera. When you mix the fluorescents with your regular paint colors, it just gives it some pizzazz. So let's take a little bit of white and mix in with that then. Not a lot different. I'm going to put a little more of my fluorescent in there. Jazz that up a little more. And then we'll put that here in our color journal. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Okay, wiping off the brush. Now, let's go to the Indian yellow, which is right here. And a little bit of our fluorescent pink. You know, obviously different amounts are going to give you different colors, and I'm just giving you the basics right now. That makes a gorgeous orange. That's kind of a deep orange. I'm going to put a little more pink in. Oh gosh, that's just so gorgeous. Okay, so let's put a little bit of that here. It's just a deep corally kind of orange, I guess. Let's put a little white in that. Now, when you add white to that, I mean, obviously, totally changes it, but it kind of takes some of the vibrance out, but it's a really pretty soft, sort of a coral color. Okay. Now, let's go to the nickel azo gold, Quinacridone nickel azo gold. I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to come down here. See, it looks kind of brown. I'm going to just put that on the paper. If you're not familiar with this color, oh, here it is just on the color, or I mean, excuse me, on the paper. It looks kind of brown. It looks kind of dull, but it's not. When you paint with it, it's gorgeous. So let's mix more of that with some of our pink, and look at that gorgeous, gorgeous, deep, reddish, orangish. I don't even know what I want to call it, but it's just fabulous. Ugh, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to put a little bit more of the gold in there, and then these are great autumn colors, and then that kind of warms it up even more. There it is with some more of the gold in it. And then let's put some more pink in it. Oh, gosh, that just makes me so happy. They don't look that much different on camera, but you can see it better in real life. Now, let's put a little bit of white in that. I'm just going to put a little dab. I got carried away there. That's kind of a really pinky, corally color. Let's put some more white in there. Look at what a pretty soft color that makes. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Wiping off my brush. Now I'm going to mix with the light magenta. It's just a Master's Touch color from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'm going to come right down here, and it's just pink, but then when you mix that fluorescent in with it, I think I should put more of the Master's Touch in there. It just kind of takes it up a notch. That Master's Touch is sort of a bluish pink, a purplish pink. Okay, really put it on the paper. That's so pretty. I hope my light is good. Now I'm going to mix some white in with that. And this just gives you some really nice basic pinks, but they just have a little extra pop when you put that fluorescent in there. Add a little more white. I mean, because who doesn't love pink, right? Okay, and last but not least, let me show you, clean my brush really good for this one. Let me show you what happens This is green gold. Now, doesn't it sound weird that you would mix green gold with pink? But I'm going to take my fluorescent magenta and some green gold, and it makes this kind of burnt orange that almost glows. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Put a little more green in, and that tones it down a little more and makes it a little more on the brown side, which is, it's kind of a weird color, but it's a gorgeous color. It's a very, these are just so fallish. It's just a real pretty burnt orange. And then if I put more pink, and then let's put some white in there. I'm going to put some white, let's see, over here on the darker or the more green side. Isn't that pretty? And then let's put some pink over, excuse me, some white over here. This gives us a real soft one. There we go. Okay, so there's what we've done today. I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but my color journal, I just keep a little sketchbook that I've decorated. And there is a YouTube video about my color journal and how I use it. I'll link that. I also, over here, have been just slapping on my leftover paint onto this piece of paper. And that's what I do with leftover paint on my brush or on my palette knife so that it doesn't go to waste. And then that, at some point, will turn into something. All right, if you have any questions, if you try these mixes, I'd love it if you would tag me on Instagram so I can see what you've done. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or message me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.